to compete in solar car, you need like so many different types of skills.
A lot of it is just knowledge that they have. Like David loves economics and he joined the club and he really helps with that.
Our team is very well-rounded. We have lots of business people, we have lots of technical people, we have electrical people.
I had some background in electronic knowledge, but I learned a lot more in this club.
And everyone who comes in learns something new.
I could apply my knowledge in finance and economics whilst learning about how to build a solar car.
And a lot of what I'm doing is I'm learning as I go.
Margaret, Donald, and I, we were able to organize the inventory. And
everyone on the team will get their hands dirty and help out with the build. That really makes me happy to see everyone, even if they have little knowledge, just being able to help jump in.
Thought it was going to be, really easy, just put some stuff together and we get a car.
And as we slowly got into it, I realized how much of a task this was. But as you start to break it down into the largest things. You do the largest things and the most important things, like the frame. You can't do anything else without the frame. So you have to design the frame and get that done.
Friday, we're working, and then Friday's over, and then it turns into solar car bonding time, where we talk to each other, we collaborate with each other, but it's not necessarily over the car. So we had an idea where we would go to Arbor Hills.
We had to wake up really early in the morning.
6 a.m. and we would watch the sunrise together. And I think that was a great experience for the solar car team. We made lots of friendly connections with each other.
It wasn't about the sun, it was about having a great experience with our team members.
I think it was very beneficial to the culture of the team.
So the design process is called the go through. The car started with a drawing that George did, who is the lead builder, and he worked through and then he had the design. So then when I came in, we kind of worked on modeling, 3D modeling that, and we found some issues and we redesigned from there.
To do this, we all got drinking straws together, like a big pack, and everyone just started hot gluing stuff together. We made a bunch of bridges and models, and eventually we ended up with a functional straw model of the car.
After we had our straw model, it was in 10th scale, we were able to move very quickly to the build phase where we were able to just measure our straw model and everybody could see the straw model and hold it in their hands, which is almost better than a 3D model, even though it's a little bit harder to modify, maybe a little bit slower to make.
Even when we're not working, we're always thinking about how to solve the next problem.
Because we built the car ourselves, failures, we know what went wrong, or it's easier for us to fix it. So we're learning as we're failing through that, and then we're able to succeed. Because it's very learner-driven, it's easy to be very proud of it.
It's new on multiple levels, and that makes it pretty exciting.
Like the race isn't as important as having the experience of building the car and getting the car inspected and scrutineering.
We are the ones that create the car. We're the ones that run the business. We're the ones that aid in the process of creating Booster Club. We don't have teachers holding our hands and telling us what to do.
I'm really, really excited that I've joined, and I'm really glad that I did.
They don't give up, right? And when things get tough, like they work harder and they get more motivated. I think that's the thing that differentiates them from a lot of people in general, not just other kids.
Plano Academy, are you here?
The thing that actually gave me hope was actually seeing the car move and brake.
I think this challenge has been a pretty awesome life experience because we're traveling literally straight up the United States through several states with our classmates, the people that we spent time with, hard-working hours creating the vehicle.
Onto the street for the lead car.
The lead car will pull onto the street. Can the solar car pull up next to the charging station?
They'll follow you.
If we can spark the imagination of a young person, if we can drive the creative juices of a science teacher to take on this project, then we've done what we are supposed to do.
A lot of stressful environments, a lot of high-paced, quick-thinking decisions.
I was thinking the first 5 miles, and then trailering until probably here. Charging station, are you visible from the road?
Charging station, the lead car. We are visible on the side of the road with a similar setup as before.
With the power station, some of the challenges were setting it up so we could maximize efficiency as far as the sunlight, finding different locations and trying to coordinate with the rest of the team as they drove in the convoy and we were sort of split away from that. and just lugging the battery boxes. That was really the biggest struggle.
On the right side of the car, we're moving a huge 120-pound battery box. That's us, but we're a little bit better.
A lot of what we've been doing is sort of guesstimating where the vehicle is going to end up and being able to intercept the vehicle whenever the battery dies.
We know that we need to get the car a lot closer to the charging station now.
I remember on the first day the judge complained we didn't have enough hustle, but today we over-hustled, looks like.
So pretty much my role is I'm communicating with the team about what I see and what the people in the car around me see. So with the sponsor sitting behind me and the judge and the driver as well, it's all of our opinions on what the car should do or where the car should be. And my job is to communicate between the judge and the rest of the team on what is the best way for the car to be safe.
That were only accomplishable because the team communicated with each other.
Today I was the safety officer and I protected the team from getting penalties and staying safe. No matter what, things will go wrong, but you can always overcome them as a team, and communication is key.
It's all about practicality and whether or not we can really use these type of cars. The winner of the electric solar power division yesterday with 24.6 miles yesterday and total, Plano Academy.
Day trophies, like first place, the first day, and they race against themselves. Like they set their own expectations and they try to meet them. They don't worry about what other teams are doing.
So in Ponca City, I was honestly quite surprised when we had 10 or so people come up asking what they could do. We had an officer who drove off to go get us help.
30 seconds!
We really try to minimize the time in order to exchange the battery boxes and try to minimize the time to trailer, and that was successful. However, we should still be really careful safety-wise and make sure that everyone on the team is using proper safety procedures and following the orders of the judges.
56, 57.
These failures that we have, like the mechanical failures, it's bittersweet. It's bitter because we don't get to be on the road, right? But the sweet part is it gives other teams opportunities to help us out.
We need to replace both sides of it.
Yeah.
I'll get a ball peen hammer.
Is the device with the hammer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hammer crank.
Yes.
You did that? Okay.
I was really proud of the way you guys performed today. We drove basically as much as we could. We drove all the miles that we could.
And the winner for day 6 in the electric solar power division, getting 79.4 yesterday, 162.3 total, Plano Academy.
I want to commend you for your work, and I promised you we would have a variety of racing. We've had hot, we've had doggone hot in Nebraska, and now we've got weather on the way.
So today it looks like it's going to start raining, and we're going to Minneapolis today for the last day of the race. And so the route looks like the rain is just going to keep covering it for the rest of the day, and it's going to be intense rain.
Actually working well now. Good job, Blake.
Okay, so the Solar Car Challenge is, I think it's a really cool event. Not only because it's a competition, but it's a competition where you don't have to be competitive. Not only does that tell you how awesome this challenge is, it lets you understand that at the end of the day you want it to be an even playing field, and to helping other teams to the best of your ability is something that you need to do. And to have something go from one piece of chromoly steel into a vehicle that drives on the road is pretty awesome.
knowing that other people care about this allows others to realize the magnitude of this project, and that helps a lot when you surround yourself with people who care about this, and that has to do a lot with our advisor and the older members who are really passionate about it.
It's a very helpful environment where if you find out, oh, we thought we had something packed, all of a sudden we can't find it, and then other teams are so willing to come and help us and give us the equipment we need, give us the help, the knowledge that we need. Yeah, it's an amazing environment. The cooperation between teams, I've already seen it, and it's amazing. I know for us, like after we get everything settled, then we've been trying to help people as much as we can.
We're going to make a spreadsheet in the very beginning of the year. We basically list out everything we have to do, and we try to follow it. Obviously, it doesn't always go as planned, but we add to it and change it, but that's basically how we structure it.
Extent to where you know what you're doing, you're going in, but you don't exactly know what's going to be best with your setup. Because of course you throw in the settings that you already know, wheel diameter, all of that, and like voltages and all that. You just plug in, but there's other things that we had to mess around with and play around with to try and optimize our efficiency. We put so many hours of work time into it. To see something that was an idea, just a SolidWorks drawing, and now we have an actual car that we built from scratch, especially that we built it in such short time. It's amazing. The experience is what it's really about.
After seeing all these cool designs and stuff, there really is no limit to what you can make your solar car look like or what kind of parts you can put in there. And we really want to learn as much as we can about the different types of materials that we can use and just have fun with it.
The race is all about different experiences every day. You run into different challenges and you have to overcome them. And this experience as a whole has definitely made us all, especially as a team, a lot more flexible.
What we've been saying a lot of the time is we want to run our own race, and that just means we want to just be better than ourselves. We don't want to compare ourselves to other cars. We don't want to be thinking about other people. We want to be thinking about ourselves in the sense that we just want to keep growing. We don't want to just be comparing ourselves to other teams. So we want to reflect back in a way that we know we've progressed like within our own team.
So every day starts, it's a new day, and we have a plan set out, and you have to stick to your plan. That's definitely one of the biggest challenges that we've had to overcome because, of course, as you guys know, if you run into a problem, all of a sudden it's 12 o'clock and you've no miles.
I get out of it honestly a lot of appreciation and gratitude. I really enjoy watching teams grow.
This is something that I want to do when I'm in high school. This is something I want to do.
When I grow up, I want to be one of these people.